everybody. So today I wanted to make a full face makeup look. I've kind of done bits and pieces. I did the eyes, eyeshadow and winged eyeliner video, and then I did the brows video, but I haven't done a complete makeup look. So this is me before makeup. I did use my self tanner last night, so I have a little glow. And I just prep my skin by doing a quick rinse with water. I try not to wash my face at night and in the morning, so I just use water in the morning and then jojoba oil to give me back some moisture. So I'm going to start. If you are a face primer type person, then you can use that, but I find that I don't actually need that step, so I don't use a face primer. Some people who are drier or more oily can benefit from it, but I find that my foundation just stays well enough that I don't need it. I'm kind of in between. So I'm going to use my Complexion Rescue foundation and my Complexion Rescue brush. These brushes are awesome because the way the bristles are, these ones are a little bit softer up top and more rigid underneath, so it gives really nice distribution. So the color that I use in Complexion Rescue is called Ginger. But once we're back up and running, if anyone was interested, we could certainly color match you. So I just kind of distribute it around my face, and then you start to blend in. I love this Complexion Rescue. It's super moisturizing, pretty light feeling, but it still gives a decent amount of coverage. Someone who would want more coverage would go for the Bare Skin foundation. That's a liquid foundation that's full coverage. And then someone who maybe doesn't really care too much about covering anything, they just want to even, you could go with the powder foundation. There's the pressed and the loose powder foundation from Bare Minerals. If you are using a powder foundation, you want to do your concealer first. If you're using a liquid, then you can conceal after. So once everything's blended in, I'm going to go in with my, my Bare Skin concealer. So in my before and after picture yesterday, these were the things that I used. So I'm using them again to show you guys. So we don't need to look like a clown. We're not trying to, the contouring where you look like a clown is really not necessary most of the time. If you saw those people in person, you would clearly see a lot of the places that they've highlighted and darkened, and it just doesn't look natural. So just conceal what you need to, but don't get crazy with it. If you have any blemishes, you can do a little dot on there, but that's it. I'm not trying to do these crazy highlights. We have contour to our face, so that's what should give you the contour. Of course, I'll use bronzer and a little bit of highlighter under my eye, but you don't need to go so crazy. Otherwise, you're going to be in a photo looking like you got carved out, you know, parts of your face and white powder under your eyes, and we don't want that. So I'm also not a fan of beauty blenders. I'm sorry, you beauty blender girls, because I know if you use them, you love them. I just use these foam sponges, and I change these out every week. So I just get these at CVS, Rite Aid, Target, anywhere. And the reason I don't like beauty blenders is because it's a sponge, it's porous, and so even if you rinse it with water and soap, it's a porous sponge, you can never get it clean. And maybe that's the cosmetologist in me, like thinking of OSHA regulations, but bacteria can grow in there, and unless you're completely, you know, submerging it for days in disinfectant, it's not gonna be clean. So I don't want to be rubbing bacteria around my face, so if you do use a beauty blender, make sure that you change it out pretty regularly. Don't use it for months and months and months, because that's just not that clean, and you might find that you're more acne prone. That could be why. So now that I've got my concealer blended in, you know, it kind of helped with the dark under my eyes, some of the blemishes. Now I'm going to go in with an under eye powder. So you could use the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil powder, the translucent powder. It will give a little bit of a brightening, mattening effect under the eyes, but I like this one from Becca. It's called Under Eye Brightening Powder. And I just use a little concealer brush. Use your cap for a palette and just tap off the excess. and then you press it right in under the eyes. So this will keep it really matte. It'll stop the makeup from transferring. It's awesome stuff. I used the last of my loose powder Mineral Veil yesterday when I took that before and after, so my bad. And I just do a little up here because this is somewhere I tend to see a lot of shine. Now I'm going to go in with, I do have my Bare Minerals, this is their Perfecting Veil in the pressed form, so this is what it looks like. I like this for all over my face, but honestly I'm not tan enough to use it under my eyes right now. So just go on, swirl your brush, and this will set all of that makeup that I put on so that I don't get shiny, it doesn't come off during the day, it doesn't raise from, you know, sweat or oil. Alright, so after that I like to use my bronzer. I'm out of my Warmth, which is my love from Bare Minerals, but I was able to pick up something really similar, so this is a Hint makeup. I love Bare Minerals, I just am being resourceful, and this is something that I have, but I really do love this bronzer, so when you use it, you just want to dab a little bit on your brush, and then tap off the excess. That's how you do any loose powder makeup product. Now I got this one at Beauty Organics. It is an organic line, so if you're interested with that, they can help you with all organic, but Bare Minerals is great in itself. So when you do your bronzer, you want to look for where your natural cheekbone is. So everybody has a kind of a little bit of a darker indent under the highest part of their cheekbone. That's what we want to fill in. So you're just going to do swirling motions. And I'm not going all the way down to my mouth. I'm not drawing a line from my mouth to my ear, but just a light swirling motion upwards. And these angled brushes are awesome for that because it helps to fill in the contour of your face naturally. So again, just swirl it in there, tap off the excess, and just fill in that area. And I'm really making sure everything is blended, buffed. This is also part of why I don't like the contouring with liquid or creams beforehand, because to blend that out, you're spending so much time, you know, with a brush or a sponge trying to blend out those lines. This is so much simpler, and I'm all about simple. So I just took a little bit more of that bronzer. I like to do up here because you want to hit with it where you would naturally, where the sun would hit your skin naturally. So I'm just going to go along my hairline a little bit. Again, always circular motions, blending. And it just gives me a little bit of that sun-kissed glow. Tip of your nose, anywhere the sun would naturally hit. So I'm feeling good about that. Now I'm going to use my highlighter. So this is Pure Radiance from Bare Minerals, another powder. Same thing, we're going to put a little in our cap. That's your palette. And then I like these kabuki brushes for highlighter. So I just do a little swirl in there, tap off the excess. And then for your highlighter, you actually want to go on that highest part of your cheekbone. Some people really go crazy with highlighter. You don't need a lot. A little bit makes a big impact, and it just gives you that reflection and shine and highlights those cheekbones. So just a little swirl on here, and that's it. So a little bit more. Now after I've got that product distributed, I do like to just do a little sweep along my brow bone. It just gives a little bit of a nice highlight above the brow, but that's a personal preference thing. Then you can also go in with you just want a very small amount of product just here, and then tip of the nose, and some people like to do there. But again, it's personal preference. I'm only going out to our property, so I'm not trying to look too glamorous today. I don't think the deer care if they see me from a mile away with my highlighter. So that's it for the face makeup. Now I'm just going to do a real simple eye, just to show you guys something different than what I showed in my other video. So I'm using my eye primer. I used this in my last eye makeup video. So it's awesome because it stops the creases that people tend to get in their eye makeup. And if you're a Babe Lash girl, today's an off day for me because I use it every other, but you could put this on before you start any of this makeup. So you're just going to blend in your eye primer. A little bit of this stuff goes a long way. You don't want to glob it on. Don't waste it. And that just gives a nice smooth canvas, kind of smooths out any little bit of wrinkles or, you know, waviness to the skin, and helps the eyeshadow go on evenly. And it also, again, stops the creases that you get throughout the day. So I'm going to use my Bare Minerals palette here. And I'm going to use just this color and this color for the whole eye look. So it'll be very simple. So this is kind of like a medium light tan color. Big fluffy brush, cover the whole lid, and you don't have to be very careful when you do this. Just make sure you blend it up. This one. So I'm covering the whole lid and then blending up. I'm going to go on with that other color, the Sky Bubbles. Put that in the center, like I showed in my other video, but I'm eliminating the dark outer color. So this will give a nice highlight also. A little bit more of that under the brow. And then in that tear duct area. I'm going to go in with my eyelash curler. Again, not everybody loves these, but I do. And this is my Tarte eyelash curler, which I adore. Bare Minerals doesn't make an eyelash curler. I wish that they did. Mascara. I love the Lashtopia mascara from Bare Minerals, but I am out of that also. So this is the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced, which is also really nice. The only thing I don't like about it is it can transfer under your eyes, so that's why I use a little bit of extra setting powder under my eyes. And with your mascara, let the coats dry in between, and always start by the root and then kind of work it out. That'll give a lot more separation. Get my brows going with my Brow Master brow pencil. This one's in the color Cocoa. So I'm doing that same technique that I showed you in the other video. So a line, then follow up to the peak with a line, follow down with a line, and then go across and up. Alright guys, now just a little lip gloss and I am done. I'm going to use this awesome sparkly one from Bare Minerals because I love it. It's called 24 Karat. And this is a pretty simple look. You can bust this out in like 5 minutes and you're good to go. So I hope you guys like it. I hope that the deer like it out at the property today. But if you have any questions about the products I used or need a recommendation for yourself, or if you need to be color matched when we're all up and running, you can come in. But otherwise, feel free to comment or message me, ask any questions you have. All right, have a good one.